live. Yeah, we going live. Hey, we going live. Yeah, we going live. Yeah, we going. Yeah, we going. Yeah, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line. Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
I am Stephanie Fitzpatrick, aka the Advantage Coach, and once again, we got our girl in the house, my sister. Yes, I was super excited, and she was like, "Yeah, I'll do it with you," because she did it with Jared while I was out, and so I was like, "Can you do this with me too?" So we have none other than Miss Jamia Byrd in the house again with us for this episode 146 of the Field to the Real podcast.
Yes.
So
excited to be here.
Yes, I'm super excited. I always last week we had Ainsley on, and so I'm always excited when there are other women who have a real knowledge of sports. She's a sports journalist, so she was popping off stuff last week. They've got this sport defense, and let's talk then, right? I really appreciate that we can have this conversation essentially.
For sure.
Today, and so we always start out by we're not doing no introductions. You get your own Kool-Aid at this point. We ain't got to go through no bio, no none of that. You always on here.
Okay.
She is a former UGA track athlete.
Go Dogs, national champions.
Go Dogs, national champions, right.
Still riding high.
Okay, here. I believe it. I feel you. I almost put on red and black tonight. Honestly.
Yes. Still riding high.
Yep. But and Jamia also, for you all who don't know, is the owner of New Breed Works, which I am one of her business partners in that, along with Cora Parks, and now Jared is also involved in that with us. And so just you want to tell them a little bit about what New Breed Works does. We can't plug it enough.
Okay.
And then anything else that's going on or happening that you want to share.
Yeah, so awesome. Thanks so much. It's always a pleasure to be here and talk sports, which we talk sports all the time anyway, but it's cool to do it in this format. So once again, thanks for having me. And anytime I can stand in for either one of y'all or join y'all, it's an honor and a pleasure. So yes, New Breed Works, we are a company that works with high school student athletes to help prepare them for transition to life after sports. Currently, we have our curriculum called the Exchange Zone, and it is hosted on a platform called Teachable. So it is an online self-paced course where student athletes and their parents can come in and learn about life skills, relationships, college application process, leadership, entitlement, the whole gamut we expose them to just to help prepare them as they make that transition and give them tools that will stay with them for the rest of their lives, essentially, because we know that they're in a critical time in their life where the things that they learn now will shape the trajectory of their future. So we know how important it is to catch them in this window of time in which we have now. So our Exchange Zone course is now available. You can visit newbreedworks.com for more information about the course. And if you know of any schools, coaches, districts, ADs, superintendents, principals, athletic directors, tell them to check it out. They can send us a message and we'll be glad to connect with them.
Yes. Y'all, I was thinking about this today. It's serious. We really gotta I think Rennie just posted, Rennie Curran, I'm sorry, y'all. We know Rennie, but we just say Rennie. Rennie Curran just posted on LinkedIn this story. He had a picture of him when he was 10, and this story about how he had to humble himself to be coachable and get the team and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And he talked about how to transition, because you think you're good at one thing, you think it just translates. And that transition is so hard sometimes. And so I was commending him. I responded to him commending him for saying those things. Right. Because people just see the end result and they think that it's easy to get there. So even from high school to college, there is a huge transition that happens. There's a huge learning curve that goes on. So the better prepared an athlete can be for that. And like you said, life skills, they go with you anywhere all the time, no matter what. When the sport's over with you, you still have them. So it's invaluable information that we think is gonna be game changing for this next generation.
Absolutely.
So y'all check us out, like she said. So I don't want to miss this opportunity to give you if anything else is happening, because we gotta happen and I gotta talk about it, but you go ahead.
Like anything in my life? Like what you mean? Like anything?
Anything you want to share that's happening with you, for you?
I mean, for me, 2022 is all about accomplishing goals, you know, setting realistic, manageable goals. So obviously we all have big goals. Like this year, I want to do this. But I'm learning now to kind of break it down. Like, okay, this quarter, I want to do this. And I've even started by monthly. And for January, I have accomplished the goals that I set. So just making more realistic with our time, with our schedule, with all the things that we have going on. What is realistic for me in this time frame, and being okay with that, but also celebrating the small successes that are part of the big goal. So I could say that's what 2022, that's kind of how I came into it. And I feel good about that approach that I'm taking, like personally, but also professionally as well. So off to a pretty good start, I would say.
I love it. You know, as a coach, that just does something to me. Yes. This is what I try to tell people all the time. So I love it. So good for you. Okay, so y'all, I'm happy. I had to ask, could TT say this? Okay. So I am so excited to share that we have a new member of the Feel Good family.
Yes.
He was born yesterday at 5:43 p.m. Mr. Drew Burgess is here. Yes, he is a big old baby. He was almost 9 pounds and almost 22 inches long.
My God.
Whoa, right? But he is here, and so just beautiful. He looks, beautiful. He looked just like his granddaddy. It's amazing.
Wow.
His dad passed last year. He looks just like his granddaddy. Wow. It's so amazing. But he kind of looked like his daddy too, because
he does look like
his. So, but yeah, he's here. So we are excited. And congrats to tell you all. So help me in welcoming Drew Burgess to the Feel Good family.
I love that name too, and I love how they spell it.
Yeah, so you know they're all J, so it's spelled like Drew Holiday. It's J-R.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I think about, Drew Holiday.
So so all right, so we're not gonna hold it up anymore. Oh, and by the way, it was a friendly nudge from my brother about the real roll call, because I don't keep time like he did. So I'm just saying we're going to stay a minute on our responses.
1 minute? Okay.
When we get to the real roll call.
Got it.
But we starting off with our Who's Really Right. Okay. And so it's just been easy for me, because we just trucking along with this with the NFL right now. And so the week before I went 6-0. Last week I went 2-2. Okay. So this week I'm gonna be a little gutsy, I think. But of course you're our guest host, so you go first. Okay. Our playoffs this week: Cincinnati versus Kansas City. Who you got?
Kansas City. Cincinnati's gonna give them a fight. Cincinnati's gonna give them a fight, but I'm going Pat Mahomes all day.
So anybody who watches or listens to this knows how I feel about Travis Kelce.
Oh yeah.
That's my boyfriend, honey. You don't know it, but he is. That's my football boyfriend. And so watching them last week gave me the feels again. Like they in that mode, they in that groove. But I am watching Joe Burrow. Yeah. And this kid doesn't know how to lose. It don't sit well with him. And so he's like, I said this last week, we call him the LeBron of the football. You pick up the mop bucket and everything and just take the team with him kind of thing.
Right.
So I am going to, I'm gonna go with Kansas City for this one though.
It's gonna be a great game. They're gonna fight. I don't think it's gonna be like lopsided. It may come down to how this last week came, where whoever gets the ball last is gonna win the game. Or whoever makes that big changing play, that momentum changing play. Yeah. You know, I think it's going to be a pretty evenly matched championship game.
We'll see. So the next one, San Francisco versus LA.
Listen, I didn't watch much of the San Francisco Green Bay, but I caught the end of it. They just seem to be hungry to me, you know, like number 6 seed, I believe, coming in, Deebo Samuel running the ball like he's a grown man. Like he carried them, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But LA's where we expected them to be, right? Like we expected them to compete for a Super Bowl, and you know that's what they're doing. So I think that's gonna be a pretty evenly matched game. I'm gonna go with San Francisco. I'm gonna ride the upset all the way because I feel like they got a chip on their shoulder. They don't have anything to lose. Like they're not supposed to be there. Where LA, we expect them to, you know, it's Super Bowl's in their stadium. We've been expecting this, you know, this whole season. So I'm gonna go San Fran on that. Okay,
well, good, because I don't want the San Francisco 40. You know, anybody who listens knows how I feel about Kyle Shanahan. So I am definitely going to pick the Rams. And I'm gonna tell you it's 2 reasons. One, Matthew Stafford.
And I wouldn't be mad at that. You know that.
I know you wouldn't. The man deserves it after the
he does. He's a baller.
He deserves it. But I'll say this. Having OBJ just took Cooper Kupp and the whole lot of them to the next level in my mind.
Agreed. Yeah.
So I feel the catches that dude was making.
Yeah.
I said he got to have some sticky stuff on his head.
Right. Like how's that happening?
What is happening? But it looked like OBJ from back in when he played in New York, right? And
we're used to seeing.
Yes, and so having him with an arm like Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp is leading in just about every category you can think about. They high power offense, and then we can't leave out that other side. You got Aaron Donald. Listen, you finally seeing, you know, some life out of Von Miller.
Von Miller was traded.
Like it's a done look. Jimmy G. Here's what I'll say: if Jimmy G, he gonna have to really play.
Yeah, he didn't really play this past game.
Deebo Samuel, like you said, he carried them in that last game. Y'all gonna have to figure out something else. I mean, he gonna still get his because I was texting Jared during the game, like he is one of the most, that's the new look of the NFL, that versatile player.
All right.
Like what's his Taysom Hill and Deebo Samuel, like they can do anything. Deebo can do anything on the field.
He really can.
He can do anything. And so having that but they're going to be focused on him.
Right.
So Jimmy G got to show up.
Yeah. Jimmy, and I think he knows that because in his post game, you know, he alluded to that, like, hey, we gotta play better. You know, with this not gonna get us to where we need to be if we play like this next week. So
because I'm surprised you beat Green Bay, honestly, with you not. But again, Deebo did his thing, but they weren't expecting it to be so heavy.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. That was like, it's the game.
Yeah, so I think that having this week of preparation, they're not gonna let Deebo just do what he did.
Yeah.
So our who's really right. We on one. We pick one to say. So we both said Kansas City, and you say San Francisco. I say LA.
Yeah.
So y'all let us know who's really right.
Put the cameras on me. Put the cameras cameras on me, put the 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 cameras on me.